Yeah, this is another one. Is it filming? Mm-hmm. All right. So here is the CalConCon initiative. We're going to run through it. I'm Claire. This is Marcus. And we're going to give you a taste of the kinds of things we are looking to change in the US Constitution to improve the quality of life for everybody, not just Californians. So, number one.
Protect all citizens from discrimination, harm, unfair treatment, regardless of national origin, religion, gender, sexual orientation, race, from an individual, corporate, or organizational persecution.
Number two, require all people of equal skill to receive equal pay for equal work.
Number three, require each American state to have a minimum wage that provides for a living wage in accordance with each state's cost of living.
Number four, limit corporate personhood for purposes of campaign finance and political speech.
Number five, recognize nature's personhood. By that we mean recognize the total environment. Recognize the total environment as the commons unto itself, and further recognize said commons protection as necessary for America's survival, thereby keeping to the highest agreed international environmental protection standards. Allow no organization or individual to damage, pollute, or destroy said commons. Any development planned to occur on common land requires due process with local inhabitants of that land, public or private, and cannot negatively impact the quality of life there or the life system in general, the inhabitants, and neighboring impactable life. Potential impacted peoples must have a legal voice to protect their lifestyles and access to those lands to avoid causing suffering and loss of life.
Or longevity or lifestyle. So the next point is number 6, which is about climate crisis mitigation. What we want to be able to do in California in particular, although of course this would be open to anyone, is to enable states to negotiate legal and binding agreements with concerned and acting governments and other partners dedicated to mitigating the impacts of worldwide refugees' loss of lifestyles and land due to the impacts of climate change. The other point under this is to further enable states to negotiate their own legal and binding agreements with other nations, subnational states, and non-governmental organizations to limit greenhouse gas emissions and reverse, in other words, draw down air, land, and sea pollution based on rigorous international scientific data and concerns for continuity of life.
Number 7, modify federal taxes. Require the federal government to allocate funding to the states according to the amount each respective state paid in federal taxes. State government negotiates federal taxes on its constituents' behalf to fairly and equally represent state values and needs. State residents pay federal taxes to respective state government, and state submits to federal government on their behalf.
Number 8, Electoral College requires proportionate representation for each state. And second to that, if that cannot be achieved, then to simply abolish the Electoral College altogether to favour a popular voting system. And finally,
to create a clear and reasonable path for any state to leave America if they choose to do so.
Thank you very much. You can support us at calconcon.com, calconcon.com. Come and join us there, subscribe, donate, join. Thank you.
Spread the word.